Manga-Waido.
My name is Miki Arimori. I'm 24 years old. I work for a daycare service as a home helper. Sometimes I help people eat and bathe. Sometimes I help them with their grocery shopping. Every day I'm very busy. But somehow I haven't quit. The reason I enjoy my work so much is because it's the same job as my mother's, who I admire greatly. When I was in primary school, my father died in a car accident. My mother raised me all by herself. I'm going to look after us both, Miki. Don't you worry about a thing. My mother was kind and cheerful and loved by everyone. There was a time growing up when I became rebellious towards my mom. Something quite common in single mother households. But Mother was always straightforward with me, and I soon realized the errors in my ways. Miki, you must treasure the relationships you have. You must never become conceited. This is what she would always say. Thanks to her guidance, I spent most of my primary, junior high, high school, and university days surrounded by lots of friends, happy and well-behaved. I met my boyfriend Ryochi Endo at a careers event.
Excuse me, would you happen to know where the main reception is?
I think it's that thing straight after you come in.
Oh, it's that. I was expecting something bigger.
He seemed a bit aloof, but his embarrassed smile was cute. This was my first impression of Ryoshi. Hey, would you like to go around the booths together? I dragged him around the various booths, and by the end of the day, we'd become good friends. Little did I know then, I would one day go on to marry him. I started working as a home helper, and he started working in a trading company. We met a couple of times and complained about work to each other, and 6 months later, he asked me to be his girlfriend. To be honest, I had a vague feeling I would end up with him. 2 years after we started dating, Ryochi proposed to me. The meeting between our parents went by without a hiccup, and everything was going swimmingly. At least, that's what I thought.
Miki-chan, I thought you said things were going well between you and your boyfriend.
Yes, they are. Why do you ask?
He was asking what you were like. I said, really? You're asking me this now?
Ryochi was so curious of the answer, he even took a video of it. What was he trying to find out about me? Very confused, I tilted my head.
Don't tell Ryochi that I told you yet. He told me not to tell you.
Okay. But he wasn't the only one who'd been asked this by Ryochi. Unable to keep it to myself any longer, I decided to ask Ryochi what was going on.
Somebody told you, huh?
He grinned apologetically and said, I told them not to tell you. Why are you asking around about me? Have I done something to make you suspicious of me?
I'm sorry, but I can't really answer you. You know my family, right?
When Ryochi mentions his family, there's little I can do to say back. Ryochi's family was well known and respected in the neighborhood. All his family members were doctors, teachers, police officers, and lawyers. They all had various customs and rituals. Is Ryochi checking my worth to be in his family? But since confronting him, I stopped hearing conversations about him checking up on me. However,
hey, Miki, a woman called Risa Endo paid me a visit?
Risa visited you? I was terrified to hear that a friend of mine from hometown had been questioned about me. Risa-chan was Ryoshi's 5-year-old sister. She's a police officer, and I believe she's currently working at the Bureau of Public Safety. Unlike Ryochi, she had a sharp eye and doesn't say much. Even though we're both women, I found her difficult to talk to. As a single child, I'd always dreamed of having an older sister, but I found Risa-san to be difficult to be around. That Risa-san was now investigating me. What was going on?
Maybe because you have a lot of male friends and you once used to be quite wild? Maybe that's why they're looking into you?
It's true that there was a period in my life when I was a bit wild. I'd feel sorry for myself for only having a single parent and behave recklessly. What if Ryochi decides I'm unstable? My worries only kept growing as my wedding day drew nearer and nearer.
Choosing a location for the after party is difficult, huh? How many people are coming? Miki, are you listening?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was distracted. I kept dreaming of the wedding getting canceled last minute. I was mentally distraught.
Someone called Risa has been asking about you in great detail.
Even my grandmother called me up to tell me she'd been contacted. Apparently she took notes and made recordings with a stern look.
She seemed very serious, Miki. Is everything all right with the wedding?
Wherever she went, Risa would stare down the person she was questioning and interrogate them about me. People began to suspect I was involved in something shady. I grew up in a single-parent household with little income. I didn't have the best upbringing, and there were times when I rebelled. But I never hurt anyone or stole anything. I never committed any crimes. And since taking my mother's advice and abandoning my carefree life, I've been living honestly and as a good member of society. I began to worry that all the precious connections I developed until now might begin crumbling.
Miki, you look pale. Are you okay? If you don't feel well, you should go easy on yourself.
It's fine. It's, what do you call it, marriage blues? I reassured my worried-looking mother with a forced smile. I told myself everything was okay. Come on, I can do this. There's no use thinking about the past. I must focus on the future. And before I knew it, it was the day of the marriage. I still have no idea what that background check was about. Fortunately, there were no accusations from the Endo family, and the wedding went ahead. Does this mean I've passed? Or are they going to hold things against me later on? Are things really going to be okay like this?
My university friends forgotten to prepare the entertainment.
Ryochi is looking super relaxed in his tuxedo, and I find it annoying. Risa-san was wearing an elegant navy blue dress. She seemed even less friendlier than usual. The chapel service ended, and then we moved on to the wedding breakfast. The bride and groom were introduced, toasts were made, and speeches were delivered. Everything was going smoothly. Ryuichi left his seat in between the speeches. Now I was alone. I let out a quiet sigh. Will I really get along with his family? Just at that moment, the whole venue went dark. One of the female staff members came towards me and led me to a different seat on the guest side. I don't remember this being on the schedule.
Take a look at the screen, madame.
A screen appeared behind the tabletop I was sat at. As music played, writing appeared on the screen that said, "To my beloved Miki."
Miki-chan, congratulations on getting married! I'm looking forward to continue working with you. Miki, congratulations on getting married! You beat me to it. I also want to get married soon.
It wasn't just messages from my colleagues. What? My hometown, the school I went to, the coffee shop I used to go to. All these places I grew up with appeared on the screen.
So this is the playground where Miki was dumped for the first time. I would like to thank the guy who dumped her.
Ryochi visited each place and introduced them one by one. Was this why they'd gone around asking about me?
Miki is a very dear friend to me. Ryochi-san, you better not upset her.
Really, congratulations. I wish you both a long and happy married life. Suddenly, tears began to well up in my eyes and I couldn't stop crying. Ryochi suddenly appeared from nowhere and was kneeling on one knee beside me.
Were you surprised? My sister and I went around asking your friends and family in order to make this video.
But everyone said they were interrogated.
Oh yeah, that was my sister's fault. All the videos she took sounded like she was interrogating them, so we had to record them again.
Could you not bring that up again, please? I'm sorry about my resting angry face.
Risa-san also came towards me and apologized with a pained expression.
It seems like I scared your friends and relatives.
I thought you were conducting a background check. I was worried the wedding might get canceled.
Ugh, no, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to cause a misunderstanding.
Risa-san hugged me and said,
I'm just so happy to have a beautiful sister like you.
Risa-san! Risa-san and I held hands as we watched the rest of the surprise video. I cried so much I couldn't tell what it was about, but the important thing was I became more and more happy. The reception became a truly heartfelt event and one I will never forget. I'm confident now I'll be able to get along with these people, both Ryochi and the Endo family. I'm going to make a happy family, Father.